Okay, I'm back. I could lie about what happened. Oh, great. Now what? Perfect. Mobile Brie. Something's unplugged. No, we're not muted on the board. Hello? What happened? What did she do? Computer settings, because the whole computer got turned. Hang on, that's what it is. On Mobile Free. Input. Oh, it always does that. There I am. I'm sorry. My computer muted itself. I'm sorry for this. Okay, what happened is Boo-Boo was laying under my desk, and she rolled over and unplugged the computer. And then I got it back on, and she rolled over again and unplugged the computer again. And I was like, yikes. And Mr. Midnight Movie was on the phone with me. He goes, aren't you going to get mad at her? I go, why would I get mad at her? It's an accident. He goes, you never yell at your dogs? I said, of course I don't yell at my dogs. Why would you yell at a dog? If you yell at a dog sees nothing but an insane person screaming. I used to teach parents, don't yell at your kids. All a kid sees is an insane parent. They don't see, there's no reason to yell at a kid. I mean, unless you can't, if they're far away, then going like, Junior, but don't stand in front of them and scream at them. Are you joking? Would you actually do that? You mean to tell me you would actually stand and scream at a kid? Do you know what that says to a kid? That says to the kid, hi, I'm a maniac. I'm your mother. Or, hi, I'm insane. I'm your father. That's insanity. People, don't yell at your kids. What is that?
Got you that from that little book. We got you 1868.
You bought me this?
Mm-hmm.
How sweet. What is it?
Bath salts so you can eat them.
Bath salts. J.R. Watkins, Natural Apothecary. Menthol camphor bath soak. Soothes away aches, pains, and chills. Interesting.
Look at the date.
18. Where's the date? Where is the date?
1868, I think.
I don't know. It's so dark in here. I don't see the date anywhere. Oh, since 1868.
It's a long time.
J.R. Watkins. This is pretty. Thank you. I bet it smells good. I'm going to open it and smell it.
Powerful.
Whoa, that is strong. Dang. I bet that's cool. What is it? It's
for aches and pains.
No, the ingredient says sea salt, eucalyptus granules, and eucalyptus leaf oil. Wow, this is potent.
I thought it had camphor in it too. Or menthol.
Let me light my lighter so I can see what it says. It says, indulge your skin while relaxing your senses in a warm bath of our calming bath soak. Natural sea salt with softened skin while a blend of eucalyptus and lavender provide the ultimate soothing. This has got to be the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. The two most potent things you can do in the bathtub is lavender and eucalyptus. This is fabulous, Victor. Thank you.
That's what's been around forever.
Cool. Yeah, since 1868. Did you know if you soak in a bath with, I know you're going to laugh, but it's actually bath salts. Why isn't my show showing up on my show thingies, on my episodes? The last one I show is Throwback Thursday.
You didn't upload it yet, have you?
It usually just automatic. I guess I lost that entire show with me, Mr. Midnight Movie, bitching. It's Stabby McHugs.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not even on my episodes now. That is like so weird. Oh my God. Let me reset the page. Hold on. Try that.
Maybe you don't exist.
Maybe it's somewhere in the middle of here and outer space. Oh, Third Time's a Charm. I see that one. And then the other episodes, my favorite tunes. There it is. Yeah, you can listen 54 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's see where we were. Hold on. Let's see what happened. We were bitching at, or I was bitching at Stabby and saying
to be able to do that.
Ashley's making a lot of sense. Ashley says the race card seems to be typical black people response. It's ridiculous, and white people are... Hold on. This show is about judging people. You are about judging people. You want me to play it again, Stabby? That's me. That's them judging me. You idiot. Are you not fucking listening to what I'm playing? Do you not hear the visceral hate in these people towards me that are so misjudging me? Are you an idiot? Are you talking about my show being about judging people? Because you are wrong. And I will sit here and I will tell you you are wrong. For those in the big audience, there's a mullet in my chat room going, this show is about judging people. You are about judging people, Stabby. We are making fact. We are pointing out facts. The facts are... I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm going to go forward. I want to go forward and see what happened when we got cut off. Wait. Here we go. Bold call in. He's got a phone, 214-444-5488. There's no reason not to call. You can't say, well, I don't have Skype. You've got a cell phone. Everybody in the world's got a cell phone. Children have cell phones. Not over here, but there's no reason in the world for nobody not to be able to call into this place. Okay. But no, I'm serious. You can hear it. When you hear Fufu has these long claws, like she's a basset hound. So she's got these paws that have real long fingernails on them. And you can hear them hit my wall. She lays under my desk. And when she rolls over, her fingernails hit the wall, and you can hear it go tick, tick, tick like that. And then when she rolls back over, she unplugs it. When you bring it up, right there. And I lost the show right there. And then I went back on the air, and she did it again. So let's get back on track here. I was having fun talking to Triple M. What a nice guy. So I don't know if I lost my chat room or not. I haven't checked over there yet. But this is me right up on the mic right here. Right up on the microphone. Okay, let's play one of my new favorite songs, and I'll be right back. Let me go get Mr. Midnight Movie back on the line, and anybody else is welcome to call in and face me face to face. Which is 444-5488. I get remarks on Skype constantly while I'm on the air. But anyway, it is the 1st of November, a day I'll always remember because that was the day my daddy died. I'll be right back. I never had a chance to see him. Never heard nothing but bad things about him. Mama, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. Mama just bowed her head and she said, son, your papa was a rolling stone. Boy, that is badass. I mean, that, the stars aligned that night that they recorded that song, and I mean, magic was made. The Temptations, man, you just don't get much better than the damn Temptations. I mean, that is 5-part harmony. Your papa was a rolling stone, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, their 5-part harmony is ridiculously hard. Like, I know, right? I've sung so many professional times. Are you kidding me? But it would have to be hard because you're singing a different chord 5 people. I've been bitching lately about tiaras and toddlers or something like that. Toddlers and tiaras. That is so sickening. These huge overweight women pushing their children, these little girls, to go on stage and dance like little hookers. He's talking to his boss right now. You're fired, Mr. Midnight Movie, for talking to Debbie Daly too much on her show while you're supposed to be at work, you jerk. You're fired. Toddlers and Tiaras. It's on one of those cable networks. I don't watch TV, but I catch it on YouTube. And it is just disgusting. They have these little bitty girls that are like 4 years old, and they spray tan them. They put fake eyelashes on them. They put these nasty outfits on them, and they make them dance doing twerking and all this kind of stuff, all to get these crowns that these women are fighting for. They use their children. I know that it's messing these kids up bad. Now, I want to talk about something that happened today. Victor and I were together and we were just hanging out. We had some time alone, believe it or not. And we sat back and we were watching an episode of Dr. Phil, talking about not watching TV. And we were in the den and the TV was on. Dr. Phil came on and he was talking. Get this. This is going to interest you, so don't be bored. Listen to me. He was talking to a girl that was 24 years old and was accusing her father of raping her when she was 8, 9, and 12 on 3 different occasions. This man was facing many, many years in the state penitentiary, and the district attorney was getting ready to file the case. And when it comes to those kind of cases, they tend to listen to the kids. And just because somebody says, no, I didn't do it, it's really kind of almost an open and shut sort of a deal. At least it's been the ones that I've known about. And Dr. Phil, and I knew that she was lying. And I told Victor the entire show, I said, she's lying out of her teeth. Because the CIA has a 100% proven way to read how somebody's lying. It's been proven time and time and time again. And it is when it's in their eyes. When somebody is telling a lie, they will look down and to the right before they start telling whatever they're fixing to tell you. Okay? And I showed, and Victor goes, I'll be damned, Debbie, you're right. Every time this woman, this young woman starts to speak, her eyes dart over to the right and down. Because she is, it's the physical, it's the brain's physical way, it's the physical response, or something's physical response to a lie, is you look over to your right for some reason. You don't turn your head, but your eyes dart down over to the right. You never stay, in a stare with the person if you're lying, because you don't want to. You can't, because you're embarrassed of the lie. And every time she spoke to Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil brilliantly took this family and worked with them for about an hour until she admitted that she was lying. That he wasn't the best dad. There's no doubt about that. But he was definitely not a rapist, a child rapist. He wasn't a pedophile. And I just could, Victor messed with my god dang knobs and I sound weird. Hold on. And I can't reach it and I'm afraid to move anything. I'm afraid I'm going to unplug me again. But, I guess if the guy bankrolls this stuff, he can do what he wants to do. But I like when I get my sound the way I like it. Is this the way it sounds better? Is that me clear? Can y'all hear me now better? Is that clearer? Not so muffled sounding? I sound too muffled. Now I don't. Okay, because I can hear in my ears what you hear. I guess Mr. Minute Movie's got us on hold. Oh, no, he hung up. I guess he'll be calling me back. Let me see. Yeah, he hung up. He has to talk to his boss. You know, Dalton. Let's talk about Dalton. For those of you that are familiar with my podcast, you know that Dalton is a part of it. Dalton calls in regularly, and he can be a little boring. Dalton is a little bit unexciting as far as callers go. Dalton is more like just calling a friend. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Just blah, 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 blah. And the last few times that Dalton has called in, I haven't taken his call because I've had a full panel and he just doesn't fit in and he'll take us off topic and want to talk about something that's just one-on-one. Dalton sends me a text message this week that says, let me get to the text message. Here it is. What do you get when you cross Bambi with a ghost? That was from Dalton. Dalton says, do you hate me? I said, Dalton, don't ever ask me if I hate you. That is silly. You know I don't. But my show is changing, and sometimes I need to remain on topic and not just chatting with a friend. And then he says, Happy Halloween. And he says, what are you doing? I'm just going to listen. I guess he's listening. I don't know. But Dalton is very special to me. He is like one of my internet children, practically. He is special needs. He's partially blind, but he's really cool. He's really got it going on. He's a neat guy, but sometimes Dalton can be a little kind of a snooze fest. And he knows that. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit and cover it up. I'm just going to tell you the honest truth. Dalton knows he's a snooze fest sometimes. But still, when I've got a hot topic going, I don't want to pull him in on it because I just don't want to. And that's it. So maybe I should call Dalton right now. Let's call Dalton. Let's see if he's still up. Hold on. Let's see if he's still up. And we'll say, Dalton, don't be a snooze fest. He's probably still up. Dalton stays up late. If not, he just won't answer. Mama, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. Son, your papa was a road. This stuff is so cool. I can't wait to take a bath with it.
Hey, you've reached Tom. I can't get to the phone right now. Please leave your message after the beep. I'll return your call as soon as I can. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording,
you
may hang up
or
press 1 for more options.
Dalton, this is Debbie calling you. It's about midnight, not quite midnight, on Halloween night. Tomorrow is the 1st of November. It's a day I'll always remember because that's the day my daddy died. But just giving you a call to see what you're doing. I guess you're asleep. I don't hate you. I explained to you that sometimes you're a snooze fest and you know I love you, but sometimes there's a hot topic going. So give me a call if you want to talk. If not, I'll talk to you another time. Love you. Bye.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1 to listen to your message. Press 2 to erase and message review.
Dalton, this is Debbie calling you. It's about midnight, not quite midnight, on Halloween night. Tomorrow is the 1st of November. It's a day I'll always remember because that's the day my daddy died. But, I'm an idiot.
Giving you a call to see what you're doing. You have pressed an incorrect key.
Shut up.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1 to listen to send your message with no. Thank you. Your message has. So
there we go. We called Dalton and told him, kissy, kissy, love, love, everything's okay. I hated when he said, "Do you hate me?" I'm like, what? People are so picky that way.
It's cold, man.
Are you packing to leave me?
It's freezing.
Put on your hoodie and be a gangster.
Be one of the emos.
A sad emo
Mm-hmm.
that sings the "Daddy Doesn't Love Me" blues.
Right. Daddy didn't beat me blues.
I don't blame Daddy. So this girl, this 24-year-old girl, y'all got to see this thing. Y'all got to hear this thing. It's just the audio of it. Dr. Phil takes this girl and brilliantly, and it was a very, that's not foo-foo, is it? No, it's not. A very picky, weird, sad subject. Very weird, man, I would have never done this. But let's go through just a little bit of this. I won't bore you to death with it. Take a listen to Dr. Phil, "My daughter's lies are tearing my family apart." And it just aired. This little girl is really something to see. She's pretty, but you can tell that she's really, really pretty. I don't know. Let's listen to some of this. It's pretty amazing, to tell you the truth. I like Dr. Phil.
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
My daughter said my husband molested her when she was younger.
I have never raped my daughter.
You know what you did to me.
You said you wanted to be here to confront him
I just want the truth to come out.
and start telling the truth. You said at 16 he approached you.
Chris had gotten me high, and he said, well, I think it's time that you knew what making love was.
Bull. Did you get her
Now,
high?
what kills me about this girl is her voice. She talks like this whenever she's talking to Dr. Phil. It's real fake. And then when she turns to talk to her father, she'll go, "You are a liar." All of a sudden, that voice just changes, and that little crying thing doesn't work anymore for her. And all of a sudden, she's back to her real voice. And this is truly amazing.
Almost everything.
Whoops.
In fact, Chris says at least 70% of what comes out of her mouth is a lie. Take a look. I have a hard time believing what my daughter says. She has a very big history of telling lies.
My mom is the reason that I learned how to lie. She and Chris taught me at a very young age. I would keep lies from my mom from Chris. I would keep lies from Chris to my mom.
I know when my daughter's lying just by looking at her. She lies about boys. She lies about her school assignments. She lies about where she's at. She's a big fat liar.
She'd go on the defense right away. You always accuse me of stuff. You don't know me.
My daughter planned on going to a dance with this boy, and because she lied to me about their relationship, I told her she couldn't go to the dance.
I was furious. I went and put on that dress and my shoes and got all prettied up. And I said, "Look at what you destroyed."
My daughter just wants to be out of the house. She just wants to be out from underneath of our roof, away from our rules.
I am a teenager. I do tell white lies, but give me a teenager that doesn't say a white lie.
I would say 60 to 70% of what comes out of her mouth is false.
They do think I'm lying about what happened to me. I'm not lying.
My daughter doesn't realize by telling these lies and handing out these accusations the severity of what it is she's doing.
Let me show you guys the link to this video, and I want to show you what I'm talking about, because this is going to help y'all in the future. If somebody you're talking to, be it a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a roommate, a coworker, and you're not sure if they're lying to you, let me show you what lies looks like. It's just exactly what I said. It is the eyes. It's all in the eyes. And I have done so much research on this because Vic and I had to. Because when we were down there in the heart of writing bonds for people that we would be putting our money on the line, thousands and thousands of dollars on the line, we had to know that these people were being honest with us about their plans for the future or whatever. And we really had to kind of learn the way people look when they lie. And it's pretty amazing because it's true what they say, that the eyes are the absolute. You can sit and look at somebody and ask them questions, and by their physical responses, when they're talking, look at their eyes. But what I want to show you is I showed Victor today. He was like, "Wow, you're right." Okay, watch. Here it comes. Here is the link to what we're listening to right there in the chat room on Spreaker. And watch the little girl when she starts to talk. Go forward to about 7:53. Go to 7:53. 7:53. Okay, that's where I'm going to click play in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Would lie about something like this, but I feel that you told certain people. And when you told these people, there's no going back now. You are more afraid of disappointing aunts and uncles and cousins because there's a lot of them and there's only a couple of us. But Chris is facing years in prison. This isn't a TV show where somebody gets off because there's not proof. This is real life.
I understand this.
We found out that they're taking this to the district attorney and put a warrant, and we'll be putting a warrant out for Chris's arrest.
Okay?
You don't have a clue, or do you? Or do you just not even care?
Really?
Really?
I care about my family.
Then why are you doing this to your family?
Because I want justice.
Justice.
Okay, let's talk about what happened. And I'm asking you this, and I'm not going to, I don't want to be graphic here. I don't want to embarrass you. I'm not trying to do that. I want to handle this in as appropriate and delicate a fashion as can be. And I want to tell you that, you know, when you go through the field of psychology, you take different routes as you go through it. And, you know, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, a master's degree in psychology, a PhD in psychology from a clinical program at an APA-approved school. I then did internship and then did a year's postdoctoral training in forensic psychology. And forensic psychology is psychology in the law. It deals with such things as sanity and insanity in a criminal situation. It deals with custody. It deals with situations of abuse and molestation. And there are very clear signs about these situations that predict with a high degree of accuracy whether the person is telling the truth or not.
Okay, I want to pause that for a second and tell y'all that one thing that got to Vic and I was the fact that this little girl could not remember any details about the quote-unquote molestation that took place. Okay? Now, I want every one of you that are listening to me, even if it's 5 years from now, to stop for a second and think of something that happened in your childhood. You were 8, 10, 12, that was very traumatic to you, no matter what it is. And think about the details that you can recollect about that day that this happened. Okay? I can remember something that happened to me that wasn't physically abused or anything like that, but it was when my father and I were scheduled to go to a father-daughter carnival in my Girl Scouts. And he had gotten drunk that day, fishing and playing golf, and we went 3 hours late. I can tell you everything about that day. It was on a Saturday. It was in the fall. It was in October. It was a clear day. It was sunset when we were walking into the park. I remember exactly what the park looked like. I remember looking down the long, what do you call it, like a little midway where there was a carnival, just a little tiny midway, and all the booths. I remember going over to the booth. It was empty. Everybody was gone. And that really, really, really hurt me that day. But the weird thing about it was I remember looking at my father, and I felt so bad for him because I knew that he was feeling guilty, and I told him not to feel bad. I said, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. And I remember thinking how weird that was, that here I was trying to console him when I was the one that should have been let down because he knew about it for 3 weeks. My point is, when Dr. Phil, I'm making a point, my point is when Dr. Phil asks this little girl, she doesn't remember what day of the week it was. She doesn't remember what month. She doesn't remember what season it was. She doesn't remember anything. All she does is accuses this man of sexually raping her. And this man came this close to probably spending close to the rest of his life behind bars. All because of this little demon. And I just find this to be just unbelievable. And this can happen to you. This can happen to anybody. If one of these little new generations, this little bumper crop we've had come up here in the last 20 years, these little jerks that are playing on the internet and being assholes to everybody, disrespecting adults, not knowing, the way these people are being raised, this shit's going on. It's horrible.
And so I've read everything you've said with great care. Because there are some real big warning signs about truth or not truth throughout the narrative that's provided by alleged victims. And I always enter these situations by assuming the child is telling the truth. I do that because it's what I call a false positive system. You have to assume the opposite of the criminal system. In the criminal system, you're innocent till proven guilty. In this situation, I think you have to assume guilt until proven otherwise, because I would rather investigate 1,000 cases that didn't happen than fail to investigate one that did and leave that child twisting in the wind. So I want to know here, and I'll ask you just straight up, did you fabricate something because you were really angry?
I wasn't allowed to speak of this.
Who told you this?
Chris did. He had asked me if anybody had ever harmed him in a sexual manner. And I looked at him and I said, yes, you did. He's like, well, let's not tell anyone.
And later, you said at 16, he approached you again.
Yeah.
And said what?
He said, well, I think it's time that you actually knew what making love was.
Friday on an all-new Dr. Phil.
No, then they have these commercials. Let me go forward. Okay, I'm going to bump forward to 14 is where I bumped forward to. But I want you to watch this little girl lie, and it's going to show you exactly what I've always said about liars in their eyes.
In the air. If you said this in anger at the time and then people just ran with it, just say so. We'll get past it and move on.
I'm not lying.
So you're telling the truth here. Okay, tell me what the truth is.
When I was 8, between the ages of 8 and 9.
Boom, right there. There she did it. When he says, tell me what happened, her eyes went down and to the right and then back up to him. It's 100%, it's just foolproof. Unless somebody knows this trick and they just don't do that if they're lying.
Chris raped me twice, and once when I was 12. He molested me and raped me.
Okay, so once when you were when?
Between the ages of 8 and 9.
Okay, and what, where did this occur?
In his room.
Okay, and what time of day was it?
It was afternoon. We were taking a nap.
And what day of the week was it?
I don't remember the day of the week.
What month was it?
I don't remember the month.
What season was it?
It was spring. I was told to always forget this. I wasn't allowed to speak of this.
And who told you this?
Chris did. Because after it had happened, he had asked me if anybody had ever harmed me in a sexual manner. And I looked at him and I said, yes. And he said, who? And I said, you did.
He's like, well, let's not tell anybody about this.
That's funny because you told the cops that your mom and I never asked you if anybody had ever harmed you in a sexual manner.
No, I told them.
We never talked to you
told them
about that.
That you had told me that. But you guys keep changing your story, and you can't keep your story straight.
We've got the same story.
No, you
You're
don't.
the one that's changing it up.
Because you tell them that it happened when I was 8. You tell Mom.
Oops. I lost our feed to the ad. But anyway, I'm eating Halloween candy. I'm sorry. Sorry. But yeah, it's just disgusting. Disgusting. And this is a huge deal because I know for a fact this happens a lot. In fact, I'm not going to mention any names, but somebody we know, I know, and most of you know, on Spreaker actually did this to somebody. They had a young girl lie and say that she was abused or sexually assaulted or something by a man to get rid of him. People think people are disposable that way, and they scheme these things to do this, and it's unfathomable that this could happen to somebody. This man almost lost his life. Maybe that's not important to you, but think about your life. People that are out, men that are out there listening, be very, very, listen to what I'm saying, be very careful if you marry a woman that's got a daughter, because if she doesn't like you, and she's a spiteful little witch, she can concoct a little thing that will put you away. Well, he'd assaulted me. And it took Dr. Phil. Well, actually, what he does is he calls in the nation's #1 top of the list. What do you call it? It's a lie detector, but it's called not a stenographer, but a whatever. He did he gives polygraph. Is it polygraph? Anyway, he gives lie detector exams. He's #1 in the world, and he makes the final judgment call on the whole thing. And she admits that she was lying, and it just blew me away. Just literally blew me away.
11. Mom tells me it happened when I was 12. And that you told her.
I did not say.
Yes, you did.
I said 10 and 11.
Okay, well, let me...
The bottom line is the little witch did not want to play along with their rules. She wanted to do what she wanted to do. And so she concocted this little scheme. And I just stood up and cheered whenever they found her to be a liar. I mean, I just thought, because this is so typical of what somebody can do to absolutely destroy somebody's life like that, lie about them. And y'all know how I feel about lies. I am just obsessed with it. I can't stand it. I just think that lies are one of the worst things in the world that somebody can do. I think it just invalidates your human card, because if you're a liar, then what are you? You're like a fake person. You're not a real person. You can say anything. You can say this, you can say that, you can make up anything. If you can't, I think this is part 2. Let me click on it. If you can't be honest about who you are or what you do, or then what the hell? I mean, you're nothing. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's crazy, and I don't know. I'm just obsessed with it. But here we go. I want y'all to hear the final part of this. It's wild.
Not even when I was little, when you put me on top of you.
Never, ever.
Stop lying.
She says he molested her.
So it gets down to they bring in the big guns, and the big guns are, like I said, I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he's pretty awesome. Here's his, I guess not testimony. Here's what he had to say.
before we say goodbye to Jack Tremarco, I want to talk to him right after the break, and then we're done.
Oops. Okay, they already broke her down here. I mean, there was no molestation. None. Let's see. The polygraph guy comes in about right here. This is amazing.
Do you trust him?
No, not with her.
There's constant drama between these two.
All right, sorry. Okay, and here we go. This is going to blow your minds. Take a listen.
Jack, you've done 3,000 of these exams, put terrorists behind bars, you've found pedophiles, molesters. What is your conclusion from this exam? And particularly in light of everything you've heard today.
Dr. Phil, there's no doubt in my mind that for whatever reason, Lynn made up the allegations against her dad.
One of the things that I've learned over 35 years is that people often do things for other than the apparent reasons. They have different motives. They have different motivations. And Lynn, I'm asking you, this can be a precipice moment. This can be a threshold moment.
Here's where she admits it.
You have embellished this, exaggerated this, fabricated this, because it's the only way to get any power to fight back.
This was huge, people. I mean, this was so big that it just went all over me. This little girl, how many times do you think this happens in the justice system in the United States? How many men are behind bars right now because some kid like this lied and said that they molested her? I wonder. You know, I was taught, Mr. Midnight Movie, are you there?
Yes, I am. That reminds me of the McMartin preschool case.
Oh, really? What about that? I don't know. What about it? McMartin preschool.
The whole thing was so much of it was based on lies, and just the James Woods did they did an HBO movie about the McMartin case.
What was it?
McMartin preschool. It was allegations saying that these old ladies who had run a preschool for years molested children, and they were like, they had this, it was almost like a witch hunt. Saying that they had, done satanic rituals, and it was all based on like fabricated evidence.
Okay, now why did they do that? Who did it? The kids that went there or the parents?
The kids that went there.
Why did they do that? Why?
That they were molested.
Why did they do that? Did they just not like the women or what? You have to have a reason to lie, right?
You know what? You'd have to, if you took a look at the movie, kids do things for attention all the time. I mean, and I'm not saying that it's not true that kids aren't molested, but the thought that they never make it up and they don't, they don't do things for attention is also a lie.
Well, this isn't for attention. This is to, hold on just a second. I wish I could play his intro, but he calls in before I know it. Welcome, sir.
The Mr. Midnight Movie is flailing helplessly. He says the word I know or like again in a sentence like that while chewing gum. I'm going to come through these lines.
Is he chewing gum? Are you chewing gum?
I am not chewing gum.
Well, he's got lined his mouth with peanut butter.
Fabricated.
Play my music, and I shall answer your questions.
Who wants to hear the Jews' luscious music? I frickin' live for this fricking song. This song, it just, I don't know.
All right, just play the music.
It just made my whole year when I found this song, when you found this song. Okay, here we go with the intro to the one angry, and I mean he can be angry, Jew. Here we go. Get us all in a bad mood.
The McMartin preschool deal was a whole bunch of little kids. I mean, little kids. Preschool. Right? Preschool. Little kids being manipulated by the scumbag cops and the DA and everybody else. They were manipulated into saying what they said. They were manipulated by law enforcement. You know, those people that are supposed to enforce the laws and the peace officers.
Why?
Because they wanted to get convictions. Because these fucking scumbag DAs and the rest of them live for convictions. They don't give a shit who gets killed or ruined or whatnot by the wayside.
Why the witch hunt for these people of this daycare center?
It just presented itself. I don't remember. It's an old story, but the kids were manipulated. They were given a narrative and then say, well, you remember them touching you here, little Billy? Wow. And you remember Mr. McMartin touching you there, Sarah, don't you? And then they would point to the little doll and say, isn't that where he touched you? Oh, yeah, that's where he touched me. Right. See, somebody should have taken these DAs and the investigators and all the ones that trumped up all this stuff, and they should have taken a wire and just wrapped it around their genitals and pulled it tight. Now, for the women, you know, I could think of other unpleasant things, but these people were vile creatures who went after the McMartins and figured that they could get a conviction. DAs don't go after people for truth and justice. They go after people to get a conviction.
But there has to be a reason. Hi, Jewish producer.
Well, you could go find and go look it up, and I'm sure there's more to it.
Mr. Midnight Movies.
I did too.
Well, you enjoyed what better than Mr. Midnight Movies?
The media played a big role in this.
He says the word "like" in a sentence, and he sounds like he's got like peanut butter in his mouth.
When you come to my show, I'm playing the theme song to Planet of the Apes.
You may play any theme show that you wish.
Your theme song should be Planet of the Apes.
But you were making this whole thing up on the whole McMartin thing. You were sort of in there just to get a little bit of you embellished a bit. These were preschoolers.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. No. I was wrong. I'll admit that. But
you didn't exactly know what you were talking
Planet
about.
Of the Apes. But hold on a second. The media played
Which Planet of the Apes?
The first one with Charlton Heston.
Oh, the one where he says, "Damn you."
Yes,
no.
If you were like the smartest ape, Dr. Zayas, but you're on a witch hunt against me.
Dr. Zayas.
Or less than 60, you'll see a popcorn, a popcorn thing dumped to the side, like this film, like it'll show a popcorn cup or a popcorn lid on its side, a box of popcorn on its side.
No, I was playing a drop.
No, okay, I was wondering. It was sounding so horrible for a while.
You would love that drop.
He sounded so good. No, I think Dr. Zira might have been the smartest ape in that movie, but how funny that you picked the man, you chauvinist pig, you.
Don't change the subject. We don't want to talk about monkeys. Jewish producer, Twizzlers. I always say Twizzlers.
Twizzlers, that's good
now
Halloween candy, isn't it?
The theme music to Planet of the Apes.
Makes me want to go out and get some licorice.
Background.
Licorice is far superior than Twizzlers, by the way.
The only way I can see you is if you send me a still picture.
Twizzlers.
Thank you, Dalton.
Is
I don't
black
like
licorice.
Twizzlers. Twizzlers are nasty. Have you ever seen how that's made?
Now, if you say black licorice, is that being prejudiced? I just want to know.
Yes, you're a racist.
Now, let me tell you, I'll go back to your story. Let me tell you how stupid the schools are these days. I have a standing order that they can't take pictures of my little boy and put them on the web, that I don't want his image to be.
God, can you imagine having Jewish producers? Can you imagine having one angry Jew as a dad in your school? God.
Oh, yeah, it's a horror.
A nightmare.
That they don't want him, that he can't, and I'm the only parent. They gave everybody the opportunity, but none of the parents took it up. I didn't want him just plastered all over web pages for the school, whatnot. They got this one picture of a bunch of retarded kids. We don't say retarded anymore, but I do because I'm old and I don't give a shit. Bunch of retarded kids all smiling, and they got their picture up there, and I don't know what the hell they said, but the caption didn't match. Anyway, they made him walk around. He went in his karate uniform, so he was the karate kid. They made him hold a piece of paper up to his face when he walked around in the parade today so that his image wouldn't show up on film. I kid you not. Did you hear what I just said? He had to walk around with a piece of paper in front of his face so that his face couldn't be seen by any camera.
Why?
Come here.
Your daughter? I mean, your son?
Yeah, Jonathan, come here. Come here. Tell the story. Come over here. Hurry up.
Uncle Maury, you should have been a lightning bolt. You should have been Jewish lightning.
Wait. I've got an idea. Give him the headset. Give him the headset. I want to tell him something. Jonathan, hold on.
All right, there you go.
Jonathan, can you hear me? It's Debbie. Mm-hmm. Okay, I have a new idea.
Oh, yeah.
I have an idea. From now on, I want you to get a paper bag like the Unknown comic and cut 2 eyes in it to where you can see. And when they have the photographers there, just put the paper bag over your head. Okay.
Yeah, but they specifically told everybody that they couldn't hide their face. Yeah. Yesterday, nobody could wear a mask that hid their face.
Funny, and Jonathan's
and there couldn't
walking
be any weapons and no blood and gore.
That's great.
You know what?
Tell her what they had you do today.
What did you do, Jonathan?
Go ahead.
Well, so when we were in the classroom, everybody else got a picture, but I didn't. And then we did a lot of stuff, and then we did the parade, and then they had the whole sign on my face. I couldn't see anything.
They made him walk around the school with a sign in front of his face.
Oh my God, that's great. Next time, get a paper sack. Seriously, send him to school with one of those nice,
if I had known.
That'd be great. That'd be hysterical. And you could even write on the back, my father doesn't want my pictures on the internet.
Exactly. This is what happens to you here.
No one mentioned my costume for Uncle Maury.
Back in bed. Why is he awake anyway? So,
I think Jet's still up. Now, what costume did you want for Uncle? No, you were going to do a Halloween costume for Uncle Maury, right?
I want for Uncle Maury. I would have like I said, a bolt of lightning. He could be Jewish lightning.
As I said, don't say like I said. Nobody says like.
Now, Jewish producer, you called in for something. You don't just call in for nothing. Something struck you to call. What was it? We're just going to sit
I'm
here.
hearing nothing.
Jewish producer. I know he's there.
Lightning.
He's there. He hasn't hung up. Sometimes he puts himself on mute. Well, anyway.
Probably. I think he's a food junkie. I can just see him sitting in the corner eating marshmallows or something.
The other day, he switched on his webcam, and I want you to imagine this. He's laying on his stomach with his face in the webcam on the bed and going, hi. And it's just
masturbating.
No. His wife was in, he was fully dressed.
You don't know.
He was fully dressed. His wife was in the room with him, and they were going, hi. And it was just this big face of Jewish producer, and he's so funny. He's so cute.
I mean, his wife was masturbating.
No.
Somebody was masturbating.
There was no masturbation going on in the area. Trust me.
So can you imagine? So he's walking around with a piece of paper in front of him. They specifically the day before sent an alert, even did a phone alert.
Do you think this is going to mess him up?
Huh?
I wonder if this is going to mess him up. Future.
I don't think so.
I'm joking.
They sent a phone message, a phone blast to everybody, and I'm listening to this stupid principal who is kind of stupid, and she says, and she's telling everybody
Please
how
be advised that tomorrow.
Don't send them to school with blood or gore. They can't have their faces covered because how would they be able to walk to and from school? She said that, and they also can't have any kind of weapons of any kind.
Even if it's a toy cap gun, no weapons.
How about scissors? I thought about walking with scissors. I almost did that. I almost taped a pair
Yeah,
of
well, we
scissors
talked about the scissors, and I told you that they should have the
Right.
rounded ones, and you said that they said the pointy ones, remember?
Well, no, they didn't specify the round ones. They just said get a bunch of Fiskars, if you remember.
Right.
They didn't even spell it right. It's Fiskars.
Idiots.
Right, but 10% of the ones of the Fiskars sold. Are
So
round-headed.
this case, though, this really, really blew my mind. This girl, this blonde that
Nice
we were...
segue back into it, by the way. I give you props on that.
Do what now? I'm sorry.
I give you props on getting back into the topic.
Yeah, because this girl, she was getting ready to send this man down for probably a huge part of the rest of his life.
Well, look at all these people getting exonerated by DNA years later.
Can
They
you
rape
imagine?
anybody.
There was a guy in Texas, guys, that spent 26 years in the state penitentiary for raping a woman, and he was nowhere around.
And what
her.
is the thread that always goes through these cases when they're found that the DNA doesn't match and it's a physical impossibility that they could be involved?
What?
What is the one thread that goes through all the cases universally?
I don't know. What?
It's the district attorney who will ignore that and still try to keep that person
Okay,
behind bars.
now listen to me for a second. Don't speak. I interviewed the author of that book right there. It's called called License to Lie, and she wrote a book on the exact thing that you're talking about. That prosecutors will do anything to get a guilty in a case. They don't care if you're guilty or innocent. They will go.
No, they care if they can get a conviction.
Well, that's what I mean, a guilty conviction. They will do anything because.
Right. They just care if they can get a conviction. That's not their motivation.
So
to do
people,
justice.
what I'm trying to say is, don't get in any kind of trouble. If you're a man, do not marry a woman that has a daughter, because if she doesn't like you, she could send you down the river.
Don't get any. Please, it goes further than that. I have talked about this many, many times. Make sure your computers are all encrypted. Whole hard disk encryption. Why? It is the exact same scenario as a cop coming up to your car and saying, well, you don't mind if I go search your vehicle, do you? And, of course, 97% of the people say, well, no, officer. I got a dead body in the back, but I'm sure you won't find it. Well, you've read just recently Cheryl Atkinson, is it S-H-A-R or S-H-E-R? Can't remember. Cheryl Atkinson, the one who was doing all the reporting for, who was it? NBC, CBS, whatever it was, for Fast and Furious and for Benghazi, and making herself a real pain to these cocksuckers in the White House. And then they found that her computer had been tampered with. She's got a separate
Hold on a second. Stabby, since when are scissors banned in schools? He says
pointy ones are.
He says scissors have been restricted in schools for a long time.
Yeah, they're pointy ones because if you look at the weapon policy, a weapon is considered anything that can cut. Well, duh. What's the scissors do?
We have somebody in the chat room that are saying that Debbie's men are heavy breathers, and it's like listening to a
Only Mr. Midnight Movie is a heavy mouth breather.
Well, he's doing better tonight, though.
You're right, but he's still eating peanut butter, and it's distracting.
No, he's not.
He's gone. He ran away anyway.
He did?
Yeah.
Why?
He always does.
If you made him mad, I'll kill you. Where did he go? Let me see.
Well, see, that could get you put in jail for 20 years.
Is Jewish producer here?
No, he's masturbating in a closet.
No, he's not.
While eating marshmallows out. It's something silly.
Jewish
So-
producer, where are you? I'm going to call Mr. Midnight Movie on his phone. He should not have hung up. I don't like that.
Call him.
Aw. Now,
Maybe he had a bathroom emergency, which he often has.
No, he usually will tell me bye. He's not the kind of person to get his feelings hurt. He could care less about stuff like that. Let me give you a call on the old iPhone and see what
I
he's
think
doing.
he is trumped by the Jew.
No, he adores you. He calls you Uncle Maury.
That's true. They all do.
Let's see if he'll answer on the iPhone here. Maybe he's on his way home from work or something. And he's going to wait till he gets on his Skype to call back in. What happened?
Oh, I had to do something real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So, are you off work now? Are you going to go home and get on Skype? Or are you going to do anything else with the show or what?
I got to get to bed, man. I mean, am I in the area?
Yeah, they can hear you, but you can't hear them.
Oh.
I called you on my phone, so.
Why didn't you call me on Skype?
Well, because you hung up, they said.
Oh, no, yeah, I hung up just, no, it was nothing. I just had to, do some stuff and stuff. So,
Okay.
It's a real quick thing. Did Jewish producer hang up?
No, he still shows to be on the call.
Yeah, did he say anything?
No, he hasn't said anything since he called in. Okay.
Sorry about that, yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to call back in, call back in.
Yeah. I might, but you kind of got to get back to, I got to get to bed, man. I just want to stay up that late.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
He's going to go into a closet and say the word like 100 times.
I got to admit, I don't sleep as much as, I have a voice message from somebody. Who is that?
I stopped by the sleep aid section at Target tonight.
Why? Are you having trouble
Just
sleeping?
to see what was there. I sleep too much.
I don't think I've ever in my life had to take a sleeping pill. I cannot imagine taking a sleeping pill.
No, I took Ambien.
What is 200 TB? What does that mean, Commander Pascal Paris?
Terabytes. He's almost correct, but I have 0.
Is that you, Commander Pascal Paris? That is you, isn't it?
I don't know why you give so much
attention
to this chat room.
Because the people like it, and
Not even a real chat room. It's just a.
But no, let me tell you something. If I go to a show and I'm in there chatting, and the guy on the show doesn't say anything to the people in the chat room, I don't like that, and I don't do that very often. And so what I thought about doing is including my chat room for a while because I like them.
Pascal Paris has a remarkably square head. I like it.
Fuck the Bible, it's shit, Stabby. Oh, that's horrible. Stabby's quoting the Bible.
Are we looking at the same chat room? Because
I think so. Yeah, Stabby says, Revelation 3:9, I will make those who are of the synagogue of Satan, who claim to be Jews, though they are not, but are liars, I will make them come and fall down at your feet and acknowledge that I have loved you. Did Josh Peterson get arrested? This sniveling baboon is making my ears melt.
What about...
Jewish producer talking about his best friend, Mr. Midnight Movie.
What about Mr. Mazza?
Mr. Midnight, Jewish producer, are you there?
Oh, yeah.
What? See, he's eating. There you go. Wait, let's guess what he's eating. Wait a minute. Go ahead.
Don't call it a comeback.
Baklava.
No.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Bread.
I watched the video on how to make baklava.
It's a bread thing. It's a sandwich. It's
multiple layers.
It's a dried salami.
Sandwich?
Dried salami.
Dried salami. That's right. Aged to perfection.
You are smacking your lips.
It's so good.
Yeah, you remind me of Raphael. Raphael, who I shared an apartment with, he was a lip smacker.
You're a lip smacker. See how grouchy the Jew is? Stabby says that he loves Jewish producer. I thought y'all didn't like
got
each
some issues right now.
Issues? You're the one smacking your lips and eating. Please.
I'm I'm going to eat a little roll of Halloween pills. I call these things Halloween pills. They're those little Smarties.
I don't know what that is. Why don't you get the candy corn, GMO?
Oh, that's nasty. Jewish producer will tell Debbie how glad he is that I am back. Go ahead,
Best
JP.
thing you can do is to get some heavy cream and some chocolate, and then just eat chocolate and take a little bit of heavy cream each time.
Okay, here I go with some Halloween pills. Ready?
That does sound good.
They say kids smoke these things.
God, it's like Green Acres, the pig on Green Acres.
I'm doing it on purpose.
What's that?
So anyway, this girl ends up saying they put her on a polygraph exam and she was lying her ass off, and she admits it.
By the way, anybody got a lead on a 15-passenger van? I'm in the market for one.
Hey, I do know this. It's the number one
50
most...
I-
Wait a minute.
I'm
I'm going to mute
visions
you. I'm going to
already.
mute you. I muted the Jew. The 15-passenger van is the number one most dangerous vehicle on the road.
How do you mute me?
I just muted you. Now you're back. The 15-passenger van, Jewish producer, is the most dangerous vehicle on the road.
Give me a break.
No, I swear to God, I wouldn't lie to you. I drove one several times to across the United States, taking a busload of kids to the beach to be beach bums for a week with me in Destin, Florida. And then I found out that the 15-passenger van has killed more people than, let me show you. I'll give you the facts.
You know, I don't care, but
How many
Barack
people
Obama looks
are-
like a monkey.
Yeah, how
He
many
looks
people
like a
with their
monkey
van
man. Is that prejudiced?
I'm trying to hear you, Jewish producer. Go ahead.
How many people in your van died?
Well, nobody died. But
Nobody died?
Yeah, let me show you.
Most of those 15-passenger vans are driven unsafely
All right.
by cops.
Federal regulators now warn of the 15-passenger van rollover potential. It says spring.
Oh, please.
No, okay. I'm just telling you. They're the
Hold
most.
on. Does it have rollover potential when it's filled with people? Because then it would be bottom heavy. Or is it
No,
just when
it's
not
actually
filled?
more top heavy the more people you have in it because of.
How can it be top heavy? They don't sit on the roof.
It's just the number of factors that play in the way it's made. It's.
I thought
Haven't you
Debbie
ever
was going to
watched
say
when a
it
fat
does.
person
It's
gets
gravity.
into a? Haven't you ever seen when a fat person gets into a Chevrolet, the whole car sort of just slides down towards the ground a little bit?
Ugh. Oh, that's horrible. I've seen people that drive cars that are gigantic and fat, and it's like the car leans one way. That's
The
really nasty.
funniest thing I've ever seen was one of those little smart cars, and there was a fat girl in there, and she almost touched every side, front, back, left, and right. She had filled this thing. It was like a little gun.
I'm with Howard Stern. I agree with Howard Stern. How do these women go to the bathroom? How do they wipe? How do they wipe? How do they wipe themselves?
They should come to Thailand.
No, I'm
because this
serious.
could be taken, they should come to Thailand because this could be easily taken care of. Thailand is very fat friendly in the bathroom.
How do these people have sex? How do these women sit down on a toilet?
Oh, wait a minute. I could send you a couple of films that were sent to me of some fat woman having some kind of thing with a metal. I don't know. Still can't get it out of my mind.
Sitting on the toilet.
I can tell you how.
Sitting on the toilet. Have you ever seen Sitting on the Toilet, Jew?
No.
Oh, you're going to love Sitting on the Toilet. Let me show you the link to Sitting on the Toilet.
I don't particularly like the bathroom at all.
It's called Sitting on the Toilet. It's Mr. Midnight Movie's favorite video. It's
Well, please don't play it for me. I think
I'm not going to play it. I'm going to send it to you. You're going to love this.
All right, send it to me. It'll be another thing I have to forget.
Okay, here it comes. The link to Sitting on the Toilet. But I don't understand.
Stern's right.
I have seen some of their asses, and they are as wide as.
Yeah, they can't reach.
How do they sit on the toilet like that? The toilet
What do you
is.
mean, how do they sit?
They would have to have I just don't get it. They'd have to have an enormous toilet, wouldn't they? Or something. I don't know. I don't get it.
That or replace it every year.
I had a very obese. Here it is in our Skype
Can
chat
only
room.
take so much.
There. Look at Sitting on the Toilet, Jew. It's in the Skype chat room. And quit talking so much. Jewish producer can't say anything.
He's
I
chewing
can say
food
anything
anyway.
I want. I'm just listening. Don't worry, Debbie.
Okay, good.
Would sit on the toilet.
Did you see sitting on the toilet, Jew?
No, I'm watching the advertisement. It's really cool.
You
It's
need.
for Glenn Livett.
There you go. I can hear it.
I think I like the advertisement better.
I wonder if she's a dirty wiper.
Oh my God! No, hold on a second. Jonathan, come here.
Oh no!
You get to see this. This is from Debbie. This is
No, it's not from Debbie.
This is from. I think
This is
might
Debbie
be
Daly.
Come over here. This is Debbie Daly.
No,
Come
it
here.
is not. Jonathan, that's not me. No, it's not.
Is she a handsome woman?
It's
Come
been
over here.
82 million views. God.
Hey, Jonathan.
82 million views. Is that a man or a woman?
That's a woman.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Jonathan, that's not me.
He can't hear you.
Oh. And then she flushes. Ugh. It's disgusting.
I don't know.
If this is all it takes to get 82 million views, hell, I could do that.
I know. I can't believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
No way.
She did it as
There
a
was
joke.
An old sound clip. There was an old sound bite you used to play on a local radio station here in LA called KLOS. And it was this man, and it went viral for its day. This is well before the internet, and I wonder if it's anywhere out here on the internet. But it was this guy, and he sat on a toilet, and he would call into the show in the morning, and he would do this thing where he'd go, "It's a joke, but don't laugh, ha 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 ha," and he'd laugh for like 2 minutes straight, and you'd just be like laughing your ass off. It was so funny.
Okay, now we have hippo with explosive diarrhea in the chat room. I just dropped. It's about a 10-second, 15-second video. It's really funny, but it's hippo with explosive diarrhea. It's really quite funny. I've seen it before. This hippo gets out of the pond. He's been swimming, and suddenly he has to go potty, and it is like just reminds me of that lady. They might as well have the hippo going sitting on the toilet. You know, hippos are really mean.
That's really stupid. Oh, this is good.
Hippos are really mean creatures.
God.
And here it comes. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Yeah, it's the second hippo that has the explosive diarrhea. But
whatever happened to Mr. Midnight Movie? Did he fall asleep?
He had to do something, and
He ran away as soon as I came on. He does it every time.
There he goes.
What is this?
Horrible.
Hippo explosive diarrhea. I don't know why I showed y'all that.
Such a good video. I really like this one.
Oh. Oh my God.
When I walk on by, girls be looking like damn fly. I pick to the beat, walking down the street.
What's that? What are you listening to? Tell us.
Here it goes. You'll know it.
Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that body.
I don't know what we're looking at.
Just when you think it can't get any worse, it does.
What are we looking at? What does it go to?
This is a video that was sent by Luigi.
Oh, okay. What is it? I mean, share. Oh, I don't know. I need to go on Skype and click it
It's
then.
just showing, fat people
Twerking?
being sexy.
Oh my God, this is horrible.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, it gets worse. It's if people from other countries.
You know, we are so fat.
If people from other countries saw this, they'd invade us tomorrow.
We were talking the other day about how fat this country is. This is the fattest. Everybody in the whole country is like overweight. It's ridiculous. Why?
The food.
Why?
There's food on every corner, right?
No, there's food on every corner in Thailand. Really good food, too.
All right, let me show. I bet you I can trump that with this. Watch this one.
No.
This is a...
Send me a picture of Angela.
No, well, no. I've got that video actually still. I downloaded it to keep that. That was great. Okay, watch this one. This is twerking. And she is not a little girl. We'll just put it that way. How about that? And here we go in the Skype chat. You'll get a kick out of that one. I think I'll drop it in the Spreaker chat, even though they're going to go, I don't really watch it. I don't even wish it. Okay. Workout. Here we go. And you'll love this one.
Oh, I'm listening.
Is it?
Boom, 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 boom.
Can you see her twerking? Can somebody explain to me what the draw is to that? I don't see it.
An ass that moves like that can be pretty fun, I'd assume.
I don't think so.
It just looks like deformity to me. That's just not... I don't see how you would buy blue jeans or whatever. I guess. I don't get it. I don't know. I'm like, whatever. It's like a whole separate country. A whole separate zip code. That's weird to me. I don't know.
And they've ruined black women with these asses.
How are they that big? Are they that big normally?
I don't know how they do it.
Is that fake?
No, but I don't know how they make their asses so fat. And if you look at her, she's not fat anywhere else, really. She's all right.
No, she's got a nice waistline, I guess.
It's just she's got it looks like she's carrying around an ass full of Jell-O or something. I don't know. It's huge.
It's weird to me. I don't see.
And I know there's cellulose and line, and it's all modeled and whatnot.
But how would you?
And I'll tell you what.
How would you buy a pair of jeans?
Well, it doesn't matter. That woman. Well, they got black jeans. That woman's a wiper. Guarantee you that ass stinks. You get within a couple of inches of it, and you'll know. I
just don't get it. I don't know. It's got a mind of its own. It's like
all these dirty ass wipers. I bet you in your chat room, half of them are all wipers too.
We should take a survey.
Yeah, take a survey. They're all disgusting.
Well, I don't know. It's
our hands.
Our hands. Why would somebody do that with their hands? That's just
do what?
Wipe your butt with your hand.
In some countries, that's standard, I think, or at least it used to be.
I have long fingernails. I have long fingernails. That's just doesn't.
Well, then you would be great if you had jock itch.
Oh my God, that's gross. Though, think about it. I mean, you would get that stuff underneath your.
Oh, again with the graphic details. Good.
I'm dead sick. Well, you are talking about it.
I had a free hamburger at Ruby Tuesday. They said, "Please come back. You haven't been to eat with us for a while. We'll give you a free hamburger to entice you back." It was pretty good.
I can't imagine knowing that my daughter is on YouTube with her ass in the camera and shaking it.
How did your daughter get on here?
Because this is somebody's daughter. This is somebody's little girl that's doing this. That's got her ass. Hi, Mom. What did you do today? Well, I stuck my ass in my webcam and I made a video for the internet of me shaking my ass. I mean, think about it. That's what she did. I mean,
that's what.
And that's what she's obviously proud of. These girls do this thing called twerking, and I find it to be disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't expect you to agree with me because I know that men. I mean, I don't think Victor's never been into something like that. I don't think, but I mean, maybe not like that. I mean,
well, we don't know what Victor does on his time off.
Well, I mean, I think when you've been married to somebody as long as I have, you know his taste in women, and Victor's more. I can show you what Victor, a kind of body that Victor will turn his head for, and just and it's the athletic type. He's more into the kind of.
And then you got those chubby chasers out there that's what they like.
Whatever, not me. I know, but.
All
so
right.
getting back to the point that I was talking about. The point I was trying to make is.
Can we go back to talking about the president looking like a monkey? Because I think
no, we're going to talk about what I want to talk about, and that is the fact that girl got busted lying and did not send her stepfather to the state penitentiary for years. That's a big deal, and that happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
It does happen all the time. These little bitches. Oh, y'all got to see this one. This is another twerking video.
No, I don't want to see twerking videos.
Well, if Jewish producer wants to click it, it's really horrible. And this is one of the ones that I'm sure that her mother is proud to know that her daughter just went on the internet today and shook her ass for the camera.
She shook her ass. What is
she shook her ass.
An ear of corn? Oh, shook her ass. All right, thank you. You must be tired.
Me?
Yes.
Not really. I actually did a lot of work today, so I have an interview.
Did you do a lot of work today, or did you actually do a lot of work today?
I did a ton of work today, and I have
Stop saying the word actually. Leave that to Mr. Midnight Movie.
I have a meeting in the morning at 11 that is very important.
Have I told you that Barack Obama looks like a monkey?
He looks like the devil in the new Jesus movie, the Son of God. Have you seen Satan in the movie Son of God? It looks just like Barack Obama.
No.
My microphone is falling off.
It certainly is, and it's not sounding as good as it did.
Yeah, because Victor won't leave the goddamn knobs alone.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine Victor is a sort of a knobbler.
He's a doorknob. There I am. Now I've got everything turned different. Let me see. How this sounds fun, doesn't it? What about this? Now I sound like Vince in the Bay.
No, that's terrible. And don't summon him that way either.
Free Ball Friday.
He'll come.
Oh, yeah, he will.
You'll see. All of a sudden, he'll just show up.
Let me turn that off. Wait a minute. What
Microphones all over the world will be beckoning him.
You don't like Vince?
I love Vince. I just don't want him to show up now, and certainly not with a microphone like that.
Vince has gotten... What did I do? I really screwed this up now. Hold on. Vince has really gotten kind of... Ouch. Sorry, guys. Vince has gotten
more
boring.
Knobs.
Oh, my ears.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this.
My dog just barfed all over the floor. Thanks a lot.
Did he really?
I shall return in a moment.
We will hold our breath.
Forget to wipe clean.
Play the.
Don't forget to wipe. What did I do?
Yeah, let's play a song, Debbie. What do you got cooking over there?
I got all kinds of... Listen to my... I sound horrible. What did I do? Let me see if this works. Does that... Why is it whistling when I just adjust the tone? That's weird. What am I doing? I've got myself...
A pretty good song we could play. One of those War on the Drugs songs.
Right, but just don't make it too... Sometimes yours is too loud. But please, feel free. While I figure out what the hell I did to my damn thing.
Let's see if I got one here.
Keep going, JP.
Is it playing?
Yeah, it sounds great.
surrounded by the night and they don't know. But you abuse my faith. You're on my side. Surrounded the key wherever it goes. Oh, baby, I wanna kill.
One angry Jew should know that this band comes from Philadelphia.
We were testing your audio, JP, to hear how good it sounded. Listen. It sounds shitty. I'll come out the mic, but it sounds good.
Just a little side note there.
They come from where?
This band is The War on Drugs. They're from Philadelphia, and I predict that this album will win an award this year. Maybe Best of in Pop or Alternative Rock.
And it's called The War on Drugs? That's the name of the band? Are they an indie artist? JP?
They are a artist they're a breakout sort of band in the last couple of years. They've kind of come on, but their album 2 or 3 years ago was great. And then this was their follow-up, but this one did really, really, really well.
How did you find them? Did you just happen upon them or something?
I went to a show of theirs about 3 years ago, and then I went to another one this year, and there was a huge difference. I mean, it was completely packed. It's really fun to watch that, like a band like that come. I just kind of saw them once with a friend, and they were really good. That never happens. I never get blown away by bands, and so I've been kind of keeping tabs on them. And this album is going to win an award this year, guaranteed.
Excuse you.
And they're from Philadelphia, so One Angry Jew can go hang out with them sometime. You take his kid to go see this band. And he could teach his kid about the war on drugs and what a lost cause it is.
Absolutely. The biggest waste of money in the world. Victor's adjusting my sound again.
Oh, hey, what's up, Victor? I need him to come adjust my sound. My sound's all off.
Victor. He
I
said, what's
screwed
up,
it
Victor?
I screwed it up tonight. Victor, I need your help. I turned all the knobs and
He's a knob turner.
The levers are all over the fucking place.
He's listening to you on the iPhone.
I know I don't like, what's that called?
I don't know.
Those girls shaking.
Twerking? There you go. Tell him, Victor. You don't like big fat asses, do you? No, he goes, no, I can't stand them. He likes a real tight size 6 or 8, real firm, athletic. Trust me. He doesn't like the women of the...
I know the girl from...
Stabby McHugs just said Vig is a knob tweaker.
I tweak any knob I can find.
Uncalled for.
Stabby's a horrible person.
Man, this mic
He really
is so
is.
turned up.
I thought you had a Yeti.
It's not my mic that's turned up. The mic's turned up through my dumb mixer.
Okay, well, look at... Okay, you're on what, number 1? You're on the number 1.
Oh, I got it. I got it fixed now. I just keep hitting
You
knobs
sound
as you hit
great.
it.
I don't know
It's
if you
fixed.
can hear yourself, but you sound really good. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I got it fixed finally, but it's just, it was me being a klutz.
I'm going to play this show
I got
real quick and
potato
see.
chips. I've got...
Here we go. Let's listen.
Stuff
Wait.
I promised I'd never do here in my little studio, and here I am fucking it all up. And now it's raining. I love it.
You can hear yourself, but you sound really good.
It hasn't rained out
Listen,
here.
listen.
Oh yeah, no, I got it fixed finally, but it's just, it was me being a klutz.
I'm going to play this show
I got
real quick and
potato
see.
chips. I've got.
Here we go. Let's listen.
Stuff
Wait.
I promised I'd never. All right, now I can barely hear you.
There we go. That was me playing the show live on Third Time's a Charm, so we can hear how you sound.
Oh.
Talk for a minute, and then I'll replay you.
All right. This is Jewish producer, and I am here representing Mr. Midnight here on the
Being
Debbie
show
Daily Network.
live
Third
on
time's a
Third
charm.
Time's a Charm, so we can hear how you sound.
Oh.
Talk for a minute, and then I'll replay you.
All right. This is Jewish producer, and I am here representing Mr. Midnight.
There you go.
Yeah, that sounded better.
You sound fine.
That sounded better.
I bet you made the Jew hungry, and he went to get something to eat. What do you want to bet?
That dried salami, it's
Gosh.
just, it won't let go. It won't, wants me to come back and get more, but I'm not going to do it.
You stay in pretty good shape, though, for somebody that don't... You're like me. You pretty much just eat what you want to eat, right?
No.
Oh, really?
I'm working very... honestly, I work really hard at not, eating tacos every day. And, as I've gotten older, I'm really fine-tuning, what I eat. But I've noticed a absolute dramatic increase in my... I have major impulses for salty foods now that I never used to have. I want to eat salt all the time. So that's what I'm avoiding as much sugar as I can, but I'm not Nazi about it. But I'm definitely trying to be Nazi about the salt intake because I think that's really helping me retain water and be a little bit bigger than I should be. And I'm about 15 pounds overweight. I gotta start running again a little bit more. I mean, I'm always running, but I'm not running at the levels I'm used to. I hurt my knee about 6 months ago, and I'm kind of I've rehabbed that now, and I think I'm ready to, get back into fuller training.
Don't you play basketball?
I'll be at your level again soon, Debbie.
Don't you play basketball? Hey, don't be at my level.
I heard it playing basketball. Yeah. I play my MCL in my right knee.
But you're not. You're a pretty good basketball player too. What do you do to stay in shape, Stabby?
He goes on multiple chat rooms at once for his optimal workout.
Stabby, do you miss Goofy Bones' show?
He does. He has nothing better to do.
Goofy Bone does these shows that are called Puff, Puff, Pass, Pass, or Pass, Puff, something like that. And he sits with this horrible audio quality and talking to his chat room and going, oh, I remember this when I was a little boy. And he plays this song. And I got to try to make some kind of peace with Goofy Bone. Wonder what I could do. How could we make peace with the bone? Hashtag peace with the bone. Did you just fart on my show, Jewish producer? I heard you. I heard you. Oh my God. What a hog.
My wife just ran out of the room. I swear.
Oh my God. You are just
sick moment.
You are like that hippo having explosive diarrhea. I have never.
I wish we had that song.
Yes, that's what that was, Stabby. What song?
That was for Stabby. Every time I read Stabby,
he goes, replay. Let me see if we can catch it. Hold on. Be quiet. Explosive diarrhea. No, we had just missed it when I hit the replay button. I'm not recording it on Audacity, so no, I can't do that replay. Ugh, that was horrible. I heard.
Take that, Stabby.
I heard you go, and I was like, oh my God, What was that? That was horrible. The Jew would be so disgusted. He would just say, oh, this is terrible. Where did he go, I wonder? He disappeared.
And actually, I give that a lot of credit to this room for my voice because the sounds just bounce really well.
Well, you can put a blanket over you in the microphone and it sounds a lot better. Like I can do it I have a hoodie right here in my reach. Let me grab this hoodie and show you the difference when I put a hoodie over my head. Well, over my whole, the whole thing, me and the microphone. Let me grab it. It's right here, hanging on the door. Okay, I got it. All right, here I go. I'm now putting it over me. And, hold on, let me get it right. All right, here we go. And, okay, here we go. Now, the hoodie is over me, and I'm no closer to the mic. I'm still about a foot away from the mic. But can you hear a difference now that I put the hoodie over me and the microphone? Like in the old days when they were going to take a picture with those cameras that had you had to put your head under the blank. And that's what I'm doing right now. And it's supposed to make more of a studio quality sound on the microphone. This is what you want on radio is a studio quality, right?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to somebody. Of course I'm talking to you.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I'm so sorry about that. I had a work text message. I'm still getting texted right now. It's 11:15. Come on.
Leave him alone, people. So how does it sound any different with this big hoodie over me and the microphone? No?
You know what? You've come up a...
I'm not closer. No, this is me close to the mic right here. This is me
you
up.
Still need to be something. No. I don't mean closer to the mic. I just mean there's a level that's down on your side.
Victor did it. Let me turn
Victor?
on he won't.
Yeah, you're low on something. I don't know what it is. You're low on some.
He did it, and he won't stop it. Let me try. Oh, that's the zipper to the microphone on the Yeti mic going. Sorry.
I hear you getting a little bit clearer.
I took the hoodie off. Now, can you tell the difference? I'm more like out in the open air there. One night, me and Lester worked on sound quality on the microphone for like an hour, it seemed like. He'll call me sometimes after my shows and talk.
It sounds right now like your highs are high and your lows are a little too low. Your bass is probably down.
Okay, this is me taking the bass off of me. This is the bass back on. This is the bass off. This is the bass on.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, keep it on.
Leave it on. Okay, this is the middle. It's called mid. This is the mid on the 50-yard line. This is it all the way on.
Okay, so that's down.
Okay, so turn that back like that or turn it back like this.
No, other way.
Okay, let me turn. Okay, so this is the mid all the way over to the right.
Keep going.
Okay, what about
maybe not all the way. Don't take it all the way.
What about this one? This one makes me more muffly, right? Like that. That sounds kind of stupid. This is the second one from the top.
Well, you have to keep talking because
A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah,
F,
right
G.
now you're muffled.
Here is the second one from the top all the way to the right.
There you go.
Okay, now let's go to the very.
There you go.
Here's the top one turned all the way over to the left. And
all right.
This is the midway, and this is all the way over to the right.
Yes.
Does it sound better now?
It does.
Now adjust yours. We'll play with yours. Let's see how this. I can adjust
All
my
right.
Yeti too. Let me do this.
Tell me if you're hearing anything different now. No. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't hear you say something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No? Is this sounding any different?
No, not at all.
How about now?
Yes, more bass.
Should be a little bit lower, and then now it's coming up right about there.
Go back a little. No, go back more. Go back more the other way.
How about right there?
Yeah, that sounds good. Now do the other. Now do the other one.
This is exactly what I had it set at before I started turning them, so that sounds right.
Well, do the other one.
And it's a little bit left of mid.
Every one of mine are to the far
down,
right.
And then now I'm way up high, like Vincent the Bay.
No, that's not Vincent the Bay.
Oh, fuck you. All right. So
How many adjustments do you have on your thing? Just one?
I've got about 1, 2.
I have 4.
I have 4 on each. Yeah, I have 6 on each channel.
Listening to people adjust microphones.
Well, you're holding a toy computer.
I'm taking batteries.
Victor goes, this is a snooze fest listening to people adjust audio, and he's holding a toy laptop. He goes, I'm getting the batteries out of it.
Victor,
shut up.
God, Victor.
I cannot believe he came in here and told you and I to stop talking about it, stop adjusting our
Well, you started it. I wasn't going to go there.
He's never done that before. He goes, this is a real snooze fest. I'm like, shut up, Vic. Jerk.
Thanks for the love, man.
Anyway, so, yeah, I sound different to me too, Stabby. Yes, Victor is a knob fiddler. Hey, you lurkers in the chat room. Steve Rush, if you're in the chat room, would you please say something? Stabby feels all alone.
You know what? I've got to go outside right now. It's raining, and I'm going to do a little rain dance with some neighbors.
I heard him yell at you. I heard your wife yelling at you.
It's neighbors, and she's out there.
Please go.
All right,
I insist. Back. Okay. And then there was one. The Jew is still on the call, but he's not. I don't know what Victor did to me, but I sound weird. What did you do, Victor, you weirdo? Maybe it's over here. This is the output of the show. Let me see if this changes the way I sound. Wait a minute. Let me try this one. Does this change? Wait a minute. Does this change the way that I sound? No. That's the incoming people. That's them on Skype. The only thing that'll change me is right here, and Victor says that this is the compressor that makes me louder and overmodulate. Am I overmodulating right now? Somebody tell me, because I'm going to turn it back down. And then this is the first one, which turn it all the way off, and it does that. Victor wants me to turn every one of them to the 50-yard line, and when I do that, wait a minute. This is every one of the knobs on the 50-yard line. Halfway. And I think it sounds horrible. And he says it's the same thing. I disagree. So what I do is I start with the top and I turn it all the way over. And then the second one, which says mid, I turn that one all the way over. Now that may be where I sound weird, Stabby, right there. That's the weird one. Let's take that one back. And let's turn this one up and this one up. That's it. You were right, Stab. That was it. That second mid-range should not be all the way over to the right. Well, wait a minute. That's when I do it there, it sounds different. Screw it. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm tired of talking about it. I almost sound like a stonehead. So here's what I'll do. I'll open up the request.
Wow, man. That's
What?
a downpour. It's crazy out right now.
Oh, I'm going to check your radar. I love when I'm on the phone with somebody like that. Okay, the radar. Let me see. Weather radar for loss.
Yeah, mind you, we're in a heavy drought here in California, so
here we go.
This is awesome rain. I mean, there's a bunch coming down.
Wow.
Not those little teeny...
Look at that radar, Jewish producer.
Send me the
Okay.
link.
Look at this. Or I could just do my share screen, which is easier. Easier. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I like doing that. Yeah, dude, that's...
Okay, look.
Share the screen.
I'm a screen sharing bitch. Okay, here we go. Here comes your radar. Watch. Da-da-da-da. Look at that.
It's still coming up.
What? Aren't you kind of hearish? Where my hand is? Or hearish? Are you red or yellow? Golly, that's bad, JP.
Yeah, we're in the red right now.
Cool.
Where I am.
Let me see if there's some hooks on there. Y'all don't ever have tornadoes, do you? Have y'all ever had a tornado?
Not really. We've had a few, but it's extremely rare in California.
Oh, look, I made it move, look. At 10:15.
Yeah, it's already passing. I mean, the rain's going right now. It's going to be gone in a few minutes.
Oh, you're more over here, right?
Wow. I'm telling you, this is this is incredible. This morning they said that there would be rain at between 11 and 11:30, and it's now 11:24, and the rain's moving away. I mean, they nailed it right on the head this time.
That is an enormous storm, JP.
I don't know how they did that.
Look at my screen now. Look.
Oh, yeah.
That line of thunderstorms is as big as the state of California. And there's more behind it, JP.
Whoa.
Look, there's more behind it.
Oh, is it coming from the north?
It's coming from the yeah.
Or,
there it is.
I think it's coming from the north.
No, it's coming off the ocean. It's coming right out of the Pacific. Look, it's not coming from the north. Look.
Oh.
I'll zoom in just a little bit. Okay, now you can see it. Look.
I hope it sticks around for a few more minutes.
I think there's some more
I don't wanna miss
coming.
it.
There's some more coming right behind it. Pretty cool. Interactive radar. Let's see what we can do here. Interactive radar. Oh, sweet. We can do, how do we interact with it? I don't know. Okay. Well, anyway, we can zoom in. Yeah, you're getting your asses kicked pretty bad. There's no other weather going on in the entire United States. There's nothing anywhere. Except the East Coast. Nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
What did I just see around Fort Worth and Dallas? Look at this little line. What is that? Where'd it go? It ran away. Wait. It hopped over Dallas and went over to Lufkin. Nothing. There's a little line right there coming off of Abilene. And then it jumps over here. That's crazy radar. I don't know what it's doing. It's weird. Yeah, you're definitely having a cool storm.
Yeah, it's already kind of gone. That sucked.
I know.
Want a little bit more storm, you know?
It looks
2
like
minutes of storm isn't enough.
you're going to have some more. Let's see what this guy says.
The AFS Connect Farm Management System.
Ugh, I got to get my ad blocker back up.
to the information you need.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, there is more coming.
From anywhere at any time. AFS Connect only from
Okay, thank you. Okay.
I'm completely.
Well, all week we've been watching this storm come into the west. Here it comes. Rainfall amounts, I think, are going to work out exactly as we were talking about. Of course, we continue to have conversation with Ken Clark. Make sure you check out his blog.
It's straight off the
AccuWeather.com.
Pacific.
He is the Western expert. Here it is. Upper level low, and boy, it's a strong one. You can see by all of the splotchy clouds here. It looks like popcorn. That tells you that the system has a lot of energy and a lot of cold air aloft. Here's the rain band that we're tracking. That will be moving south as we go through tonight. So again, I'll mark it. Here's the upper low. Here's the energy coming on the south side of it.
So y'all never
and
get
here it is by later on tonight.
Y'all never get rain at all? Do you guys?
Well, it's been about 3 years since our last good rain, and this doesn't qualify as rain. This was, we've had a few of these, but we need like a real 3-day downpour.
What do you do with your yard? Do y'all have grass in your yards? I mean, do you water your lawns?
Yeah, most of the homes here do. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
They have some sort of landscaping, whether it's trees and bush or
But
grass.
how do you water? Do you have to water it because you obviously don't get rain?
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
Really?
There's plenty of water. They say drought, but that's the groundwater here in Southern California is very low. But if you look at the rain up north, just to the north of us, Oregon and Washington, they've had record-breaking rains, and a lot of that water can be shuffled down through the systems all the way down to where we're at. So I don't think we're in any sort of real danger. I think the whole drought thing is very overdone in the media, and it's it's kind of scary to think you're in a drought, but there's so many water sources that it's not really a huge concern of mine.
I totally agree, and also Sandy Hook was a hoax. Just thought I'd throw that in there, but anyway.
Yeah, why not? Let's throw that in there too.
It is
total
a
hoax.
Complete bullshit.
Have they done anything in the last 6 months to convince you that it was a legitimate story?
Do you think they'll ever come clean and say it was all a bunch of bullshit for gun control?
Yeah. Yeah, and even that James Holmes case is very weird. They've postponed James Holmes' trial. Do you know who that is?
Remind me.
The guy who shot up. He's the shooter, the Batman shooter at the theater in Colorado.
Did you buy into that one?
I didn't buy into that. Stabby McHuggs buys into all those official stories.
Did you buy into the California college thing?
You know what? I work, back when this happened, I was working at a place that was literally 2 blocks from that incident, and I did some little research on my own. I'm just going to stamp that story with a big bullshit.
It just seemed weird the way he talked and stuff, the way he did that recording in his phone, in his car and stuff. I don't know. It's weird. But the Sandy Hook.
It was weird. It was another Sandy Hook for sure.
I'm sorry, people. I will lay my life on that. That's how sure I am that Sandy Hook was bullshit. There's no way that was real. There's no way. It was badly produced.
Have you seen the good videos that document the whole thing and how it could be a hoax?
Maybe not. Are they on YouTube?
There's a few good videos. I'll see if I can remember what they are, and I'll forward you over when you decide. Man. You make you watch these videos and you're just like, there's just not a chance in the world. You're already saying that. Now what you need is the backup and the support. And because people, what I've learned is people that feel that, people that like the comfort of knowing the real story as the truth, as they heard it through the media, those people are very difficult to change their mind. And so they want support, and they want to know how you come up with such a bizarre, insane, conspiratorial, decision. And how do you come to that decision really matters on what you've watched and what what evidence can you bring to the table. Trust me, I've tried pushing over my half-baked agendas on people, and they call me out real quick.
I just don't see how they can believe that happened. The kids that they said were murdered, those were all they were, what do you call it? They were made up. They were I'm at a loss for words. And I just
do you think that they all had I think it was kind of made up. I have that feeling. I don't feel any of those children were really shot and killed.
No, I don't believe they were. I just don't. I don't know why they did it. I mean, I think it was in an attempt to say, look, we need to get more tighter gun control in this country. And
yeah, I don't know. That seems to be the most convenient answer, right? I mean, that helps explain it more than anything. But
this right here, this part is what really gets to me. They're chasing no one, and there's
where's the crime scene? Yeah,
there's no dead kids anywhere. There's nothing going. Yeah, there's nothing going on. It's just a bunch of, and they're all walking around. I mean, there's so many things
staged.
Oh my gosh,
a lot of staging. Everyone's staging in these weird. Yeah.
Newtown police, immediately upon arrival, entered the school and began a complete active shooter search of the building.
They arrived to carnage. The killer, says a law enforcement source with detailed knowledge, was dressed for battle in black fatigues and armed for mass murder with 2 pistols and a military-style rifle. In parts of the school, students were told to hide in corners. Teachers risked their own lives to pull boys and girls to safety.
Where? Didn't see that.
What is that? A dirty floor? No way.
Such bullshit.
All of those kids are photoshopped, and
I mean, look at the pictures. The images they're showing are so. Look at Angel. What's the Angels? Come on.
Much this community has lost, but somehow, some way, the father of little Emily Parker found those words when he spoke to cameras outside of a Newtown church.
As the deep pain begins to settle into our hearts, we find comfort reflecting on the incredible person that Emily was.
Oh, didn't he get caught off camera laughing?
Short time here on Earth.
Right before he took the microphone.
His facial reactions and even some of the words he says, they're not consistent with somebody who's going through this kind of trauma.
She is.
And they made up.
Person. And I'm so blessed to be her dad. I don't know how to get through something like this. My wife and I don't understand.
Right before he took the mic, he was laughing, and they went, "Shh, you're on the air,"
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Because I have to make sure that I.
And there's where she's stuck in the picture right there on the right.
Do whatever I can.
Right. That's what I heard. That there's some kind of photoshopping going on.
And my daughters are taken care of.
I don't understand why they would go through such.
That I can do to help anybody at any time, anywhere.
Oh, here he is when he first
There's
walks
a lot of
out.
money
Look
at
at him laughing. Did you see him laughing? There he is laughing. Look at him laughing. What father? He's laughing. Look. And now look, he's getting serious. Oh, he breathed. You should go like that. Just see him breathe out. Look at him trying to get sad. Look. Now he's trying to get into character. That right there to me was a huge part of it.
Yeah, Newtown, Connecticut is a very strange city too.
Why do you say that?
Newtown, Connecticut. There's a lot of interesting stuff to get into when you research the Sandy Hook story. Where did all? You look into the history of the city, and then you look into the population, and you look into some of the real estate records, and you start to see some interesting trends. And specifically with the real estate, transactions. There's a lot of interesting bits of information you can gather if you look for it. Always follow the money in these cases. The city stands to make a lot of money from this too.
Why would they do something like this? What is the reason?
So many components in place at play here, especially if the story was a hoax. The way you can look at the media portrayal is just a fear tactic, right? So you have that element where are they trying to scare people, and like what are they trying to scare them from? And then you look at the legislation that they tried. All the families were involved with immediately after the murder, after this so-called incident happened. There was all this legislation that they were, fighting for, and it just so bizarre. You look at the city, it's a bizarre city, and you look at the kids and the records, bizarre. I don't know what they're showing here on this video now, but
that he's photoshopped. It's just music.
Oh,
they're showing where the kids are photoshopped into these pictures, and they have microphones on. When they were at the football, see the microphone right there? I mean, the earpiece that they're giving her instructions and stuff.
Huh. Wow.
And they were showing Photoshop, but there's another one they're showing. It's crazy. So much of it is just ridiculous. But another thing was something about these kids that were getting on the bus, or I don't remember now what it was, and they all...
Yeah. Oh, the whole bus thing is real trippy. Yeah, that's where you get into the guy Gene Rosen, and
right.
That guy's a real... He's a...
Right. Keep going.
Kind of weirdo.
And they all ran to his house or something, like help or something, or I don't remember.
Well, the story his recollection of the story changed from interview to interview about 2, 3, maybe 4 times. But the story kind of went that he walked outside and there was a school bus, and there were kids out in the school bus, and they came out of the school bus for some reason right out in front of this guy Gene Rosen's home. And he's like, gives this story where, he huddled them all together and took them inside and gave teddy bears and cookies and milk. Mm-hmm. And
that's right.
Such a weird story.
That we have discussed with federal authorities that these issues are crimes. They will be investigated statewide and federally, and prosecution will take place when people perpetrating this information are identified. Again, all information relative to this case is coming from these microphones, and any information coming from other sources cannot be confirmed, and in many cases,
what does that
been
mean?
Found
Quit saying it's a conspiracy or what?
A gun buyback that forced law-abiding
Against
citizens
the law.
to
Say it's
surrender
a
their
conspiracy.
firearms in a nationwide roundup and meltdown of
Are you
both
serious?
semi-automatic firearms and pump-action rifles and shotguns. 640,000 ordinary conventional firearms.
Debbie,
yeah.
You know who believes the official story of Sandy Hook?
Who?
It's Stabby McCutts. He believes the whole story.
Oh, so did Monkey Shoes. He was adamant. He got into a
Monkey
Skype.
Shoes.
Oh no, we got on the phone on Skype and we battled for an hour and a half one night about it. He was screaming at me.
They will be investigated statewide and federally, and prosecution will take place when people perpetrating this information
Occam's
are
razor.
identified.
Occam's razor. Shut up.
Well, how come it's not wrong to say that you think that, or we think something about the Kennedy thing? Why is it so touchy about Sandy Hook?
Well, I'm sorry. I only heard about half that question.
How come we can say whatever we want to say about Kennedy, but they're touchy about Sandy Hook?
Oh, are you kidding me? People still will argue you until they're dead about Kennedy.
What do you think happened to Kennedy?
Geez, at this point, it's so confusing. I've read so many stories about. Right now, I'm reading a book about. It's more about Oswald.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm reading a book by an author, actually a friend of mine. I want to turn you on to this guy's books. You'll love that. If you love these topics, you've got to read these books. But it's a book about a guy named Kerry Thornley, and Kerry Thornley was a real interesting character.
Tell me how you found out what was going on.
Kerry
also
Thornley.
involved.
How do you spell? Is that with a C or a K?
Kerry is Kerry, and he was Oswald's friend. They were in the army together, and there he is. Yeah, Kerry Wendell Thornley. And the book I'm reading is about Kerry Thornley's relationship with Oswald. It's a very undertold story, and he ended up actually writing a book, and it was based on Oswald.
It's called Oswald.
The
Idle Warriors. There's one called The Idle Warriors that he wrote. It says.
The Idle Warriors. That's the book. Yeah.
What was Lee Harvey
Written
Oswald
by Kerry.
really like? Do you think Oswald? Man, I don't know. It's too weird. I don't know.
It's an interesting story. It's all around. Who knows? What happened? Perhaps. And by no means is the book about, how Oswald murdered Kennedy. It's more about the relationship with Kerry and Oswald. And, he was probably set up to be a patsy. And
that's what I think.
Man, there's some real weird stuff when you get into like the whole scene where he was murdered by Ruby.
Yep.
There's some excellent footage going on there too.
We have Victor has some of the original photographs in his office that my surrogate mother gave him for Christmas two or 3 or 4 years ago, of the original.
No shit.
Yeah, it's actual pictures. Like, for example, the picture
This must be worth.
Yeah, right. The picture of Oswald holding the gun. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I was just going to say, being over there in Dallas, you probably have access to, finding some really good memorabilia about this.
Okay, look at the picture right here. The shadows don't add up in the picture. That's a big deal. This photograph was manipulated, or whatever you want to call it. It was. Look at the shadow on him. And something else. I forgot what all it is. It's something wicked that I was reading about this picture that doesn't add up. I forgot. You just have to look it up. But something about something. The shadows in the... It's not the same thing. Like, if you look at the shadow, the way he's holding... It's not... Whatever. It's not the same thing. It's a fake shadow. How about that? Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Another thing that totally blows my mind and Victor thinks is crazy is is it called the Magruder film, correct? Right? Okay.
Right.
There's a part in the Magruder film.
Zapruder? I think you're talking about the
Zapruder.
right?
Yeah. I said Magruder. It's the Zapruder film. Duh. Okay. Right here, they did it in super, super high quality, and it looks like the driver of the limousine turns around and shoots Kennedy. If you look at it.
I think in recent years, this theory is becoming more and more plausible.
Watch the driver. Watch the driver. Right here. Driver.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Oh, they don't show it in this one.
Boom. Yeah, he goes back and forward, yeah.
It's bizarre because the driver turns around and you can see almost clearly, I don't know where it is. It's, let's see. There's one that says the driver of the limousine. I don't know which one it is. It's one of these. It's pretty wild, though. Watch a bullet miss JFK's head. They have got this now to where it is amazing
The weather couldn't be
quality.
better. We have a brilliant sun at this moment, and here comes the president now. In fact, he's not in his limousine. He's departed the limousine, and he is walking. He is reaching across the fence, shaking hands with many of the people who have come here to see him. He is.
Let me see if I can show you this one. I'll find it. It's called, it blew my mind. I showed it to Victor and it didn't even blow Victor's mind. It is Kennedy assassination, and then I'm going to type in limo driver. Okay. Here it is. Okay, watch this. There's a lot of people that are talking about this, and I know it's probably not real, whatever. But
okay, I'm hearing more and more people who actually believe that Bill Greer, the driver of the
look right there, look,
turned around and shot President
Do you see him?
Mm-hmm. That is absolutely false, and I'm going to show you why even the most radical pro-conspiracy people reject that idea. As we go through these frames, I'm going to ask you to pay particular attention to Roy Kellerman, who sat next to Greer. Notice the glare on the top of Kellerman's head, which will diminish as he starts to duck and the angle changes. The reason that happens is that Kellerman's head falls into the shadow of the sun visor on his side of the car. By frame 300, the glare is almost gone, but it will return as he straightens back up.
His side of the car, see?
This guy right here is...
Yeah, goes to the far side of the car, she...
And there's where he turns. See, he's...
Okay, this is frame 312, 1/18.
Look how clear they have it.
Terrible head explosion.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
amazing.
Probably the clearest and sharpest frame in the sequence, and it gives us an excellent look at Bill Greer. Okay, that is his left shoulder. And that is his left hand.
Right.
And that is his right hand.
Right.
And that is the top of Roy Kellerman's head.
Right.
It is not a gun.
That's not what I thought was the gun.
Okay, keep in mind, this is frame 312. It's exactly 1/18 of a second before the fatal headshot.
Boom.
The reason we've been focusing on that frame is that 313 is horribly blurred, and it makes it difficult to see a lot of detail. But even with all the blurring, we can still see that Greer's hands...
And the shot came from the front, right? The fatal blow, as they call it, came from the front right there. That is not coming from the back. That is coming from the front, right?
I'm not sure, I'm no forensic scientist here, but yeah.
There were hundreds of people in Dealey Plaza that day. How is it that not even one person claimed that Greer fired a weapon? But let's say that Greer got lucky, and nobody happened to notice that he blew up the president's head. Shouldn't he have been trying to escape? I mean, why did he instead drive his victim to the hospital and then hang around where he would surely expect to be arrested?
True.
At that point in time, he had no way of knowing.
I said it's probably bullshit, but still, it's kind of an interesting theory. I'll tell you, I'll give them that. It's an interesting theory.
Think about the Secret Service agents who were standing on the running board of the follow-up car.
This guy right here, the former FBI agent, reveals who really killed JFK. That's interesting. I really got into this one time. I just think it's interesting, and I think it's as the people of the United States, we have a right to know.
It's almost bumper to bumper with the limousine. There's just no way they could have overlooked something like that.
This guy's got the weirdest audio. It's like he's in the Apollo 11 space shuttle. You know, the Apollo 11. He's on Vox or something. Really sad.
Right.
Anyway, and.
All right. Well, I'm done.
Go
I'm
watch The
out.
Rain. I'm done. You go watch The Rain. I'm done too. We're going to talk about something else the next time we call each other on these shows and find something fun to talk about. I love our
like these
shows. I think they're
topics.
great. I do too. I love them.
I just, I think with one more person, we could have like somebody debate us on this because I'm sick of losing debates about this, and I'm really. This year I was excited. I think I changed about 2 or 3 people's minds about Sandy Hook. I think I really, really changed their minds. There were people who were adamant about it being a real story and that they thought I was crazy because I said I didn't feel that any children were killed. And in the end, those people changed their minds and came around to my side of seeing it. Now, it's an interesting case to look at anyways. I think it's real important, and I don't think I'm 100% right. I'm probably wrong about stuff. I wasn't there. But right. I think that there's too much weirdness that never got answered, and I think that's strange in a case like that. I think all the loose ends should be tied up.
That's what I think. So we'll put out the word if anybody out there wants to argue with us. We'll have a little debate on the Sandy Hook. What would be called Sandy Hook?
Make me
what? I think I lost JP. JP? Yeah, I definitely lost the Skype call. Okay, that's good. That's fine. So there you go. We're gonna find some people, and we'll just stay on it night after night until somebody calls in on the Skype line and gets in an argument, debate, whatever you want to call it, about whether or not Sandy Hook was a hoax. And I'll arm myself with as much as I can. I'll be ready to give everything I can. You know what I mean? Right? Well, we appreciate people out there listening, but we love to do our shows because we love doing them. We have fun doing them. It's fun. We appreciate the people that listen, but sometimes we just think that we just do it for ourselves. But okay. This is kind of a weird way to get off the air. All right, so again, I am Debbie here for Jewish Producer and the adorable Mr. Midnight Movie and the adorable One Angry Jew. I was picking out something to go off the air with, off the internet air. And for Stabby McHugs, who is a complete fabricator and a liar. For Victor, who is a knob tweaker. We'll see you the next time we do this. Until then, everybody be cool, take care, relax, and don't take life so damn serious.
The continent of Atlantis was an island which lay before the Great Flood in the area we now call the Atlantic Ocean. So great an area of land that from her western shores those beautiful sailors journeyed to the south and the North Americas with ease in their ships with painted sails. To the east, Africa was her neighbor, across a short strait of sea miles. The great Egyptian age is but a remnant of the Atlantean culture. The antediluvian kings colonized the world. All the gods who play in the mythological dramas, in all legends from all lands, were from fair Atlantis. Knowing her fate Atlantis sent out ships to all corners of the earth. On board were the 12. The poet, the physician, the farmer, the scientist, the magician, and the other so-called gods of our legends, though gods they were. And as the elders of our time choose to remain blind, let us rejoice and let us sing and dance and ring in the new. Hail Atlantis! Way down below the ocean, where I wanna be, she may be. Way down below the ocean, where I wanna be, she may be. Way down below the ocean, where I wanna be, she may be. Way down below the ocean, where I wanna be, she may be. Way down below the ocean, where I wanna be, she may be. Way down below the ocean,
Deb!